What is the meaning of life? Right? I ask myself this question sometimes. I used to ask myself this question quite a lot actually, because I always was looking for what I wanted to do in my life. I thought I had to have something. I had to have this one thing that was, my purpose in life, right? Was it, I don't know, man, being a traveler, being whatever, right? What is the meaning of life? And I've been on a journey myself, like getting to know myself better. I've done that. I do know who I am, but the thing is, I'm still figuring out what I want to do with my life. Right now I'm 22 years old. As many people would say, I'm young. I feel old sometimes because you look at these people already having achieved so many good things and achieving so many awesome things. I'm happy for them, but I want to achieve that too. And it makes me sometimes feel bad. It makes me feel bad because I haven't reached that level yet. And that's comparison. As everybody knows, comparison is the thief of joy. Comparing yourself to others isn't the smartest thing to do because you are not them, right? And I understand that, but still I do that unconsciously, I feel like. Yeah, so I think they have their purpose in life. And so when I see things like that, I'm like, man, what is mine? I really want to know. Like, I really want to know this one thing that I'm supposed to do, that I'm supposed to do. And I don't know. And that makes me feel annoyed. But yeah, let's talk about the meaning of life a little bit, right? Grab your tea and I don't know, we'll get talking. I like me some tea, some green tea. So yeah, what do I think the meaning of life is, right? It's, to be honest, I think life is multiple things. It's a weird thing, life. It's a weird thing because we don't really know what happens after it, nor do we really 100% know. I feel like how it was created, in the beginning, like the beginning, right? I know how to create a human. I think you do as well. Maybe if you're very young, ask your parents, what life is. Is life, the meaning of life, doing the things that make you feel alive. I've heard people say that, which, to be honest, sounds good in my eyes, sounds good. Because why wouldn't you want to feel alive when you are alive? That's, I guess, the same thing with being very depressed and not having your goals or purpose, right, as people call, or meaning. Because I had that. I was looking for my purpose, and that made me pretty sad. And I was depressed for a little bit, a little bit. And that period, like that, to be honest, that made me feel like I wasn't even alive. So if you do things that make you feel alive, that means that you're doing things that you like doing, that you want to do, right? So I feel like that is one big part of being alive, having a meaning in life, doing things that you want to do, enjoying the things that you were doing, doing the things that make you feel alive, right? And when people say, man, I want millions of dollars and stuff and whatever, and that's their meaning, sort of, right? I don't think that that's the meaning of their life, but I think what a lot of people feel money will do is enlighten their life, right? Make everything a lot easier, which I agree. I think the same way. I think money will help you in a lot of ways. Now, do I think money, for example, will bring you happiness? Because I think in life the meaning of life, or in life, I think you should search for happiness, right? I think you should try and minimize the pain and maximize the amount of happiness and pleasure and and whatever, because that's what humans are. They make decisions according to avoiding the pain and moving towards pleasure, right? Gaining pleasure and avoiding pain, which is understandable because nobody likes to have pain. Of course, pain is a feeling as well, so having no pain doesn't work. There's always opposites of each other, right? You otherwise you wouldn't know what things are, right? If you never knew pain, you wouldn't know what pleasure would feel like, right? Same as, for example, being happy. If you were never happy, you wouldn't know what sad felt like, you know, light with dark, you know, there's these opposite things like love, hate, hot, cold, you know, bad and good, right? If there weren't, if the one side wasn't there, you wouldn't know what the other side is, right? Yin and yang has to be there, right? If yin was gone, it wouldn't be yin and yang, it would be just yang. And you wouldn't even know that yang was something if it wasn't for yin. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know. So yeah, I would like to see life as I've read from this book that I'm reading, Awaken the Giant Within, you know, from Tony Robbins. I really think it's a good book, by the way. I recommend it. He's talking about, you know, words and vocabulary and whatever, right? And that can change a lot of things, right? Metaphors that you use and, you know, your states that you're in. And what would you want life to be, right? Some people say life, you know, if they describe life, you know, the meaning for life, you know, my life is like a war, right? You have these battles that you have to overcome and whatever, right? But to be honest, that doesn't sound all too good, right? For a life. I would think life is more like think that it's more like a game or like a dance, as he says. Sounds a lot more fun. Now you can still have missteps with dancing, of course. In a game you can still, you know, fall down the cloud that you jumped on, right? With Mario or whatever, you fell down with a game and you gotta restart a bit, right? So there's downsides, of course, but it's all fun, right? I think life is supposed to be fun because you're born for once. Maybe, I don't know if you believe in an afterlife, but that would be pretty cool, but nobody knows, so why would you hope for that, right? Not even not hope for it, but more of a way like, why would you want to waste the life that you know for 100% that you have because you're here right now, waste it just because you think that there's something else, right? Because you don't know for 100% sure. You would like to think so, but fortunately there's no guarantee, right? We cannot talk to the dead. Some people can, they say. Even my mom is very into spirituality, whatever. I'm into spirituality as well, but not so much, right? So yeah, you know, purpose. I always was looking for my purpose, you know, my meaning of life. Still found it. I don't know, man, if everybody has a purpose, right? I don't know if everybody has a purpose. I would like to think that everybody has a purpose, but I don't know. All I know is that I have my own purpose, right? Have I found it? No, but I decided I have a purpose. And I think that the only thing you can do is decide that you have a purpose, right? It doesn't really matter if I do or do not think that you have a purpose. What matters is if you think you have a purpose. That's the only thing that matters. Right? I cannot figure out what your purpose is in life. You have to figure that out yourself. Maybe you have a very different purpose that you wouldn't even think is a purpose, right? I don't know. Maybe. Right, so something that I saw, right? Maybe your purpose is doing so many things, figuring out what your purpose is. That's your purpose, you know, trying so many different things, right? Exploring so many different jobs, so many different countries, so many different cultures, right? That is your purpose. And just because it is not normal, not a lot of people do that, doesn't mean that it couldn't be your purpose, right? And that's something that I've struggled with because it's for me. I always wanted to know, right? I wanted to know strictly on paper so I can go hard at it, right? And I think I figured out sort of, right, what my purpose should or shouldn't be. You know, I think my purpose should be something that I like to do. And I think the same goes for you. If you don't like to do it, I don't think it's your purpose or your meaning in life, right? Because I think meaning and purpose are goes hand to hand or hand in hand or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, like your purpose, I think everybody has one, but I don't know, right? The only person that knows is you. And I would like to think everybody has a purpose, but maybe they don't, right? Some people are happy with a normal job, with a normal, I don't know, normal family, you know, going on vacation once or twice a year, and you know, that's their happiness. And man, I'm happy for you, right? That's just not for everyone, you know. I don't know if I would be happy if I have just a normal, or like just a normal family. That sounds weird, but having family is awesome, really, really awesome. I would love to have kids, but yeah, like being happy with what they have, you know, going on vacation, having a normal job, living the 9 to 5 life, I would say. But that's just not for everyone, right? And that's okay. I think everybody should have a different life because you are different. You know, you're unique. You're one out of one. There's never gonna be someone like you or me ever again. So why would you want to have the same life, right? And then I know it's hard, but yeah, the meaning of life. I don't know, man. I think the meaning. I don't know. I think you can choose your own meaning of life, right? I do think love is a big part of it. I think love and happiness and finding things that you like and love to do are truly what life is about. Because if you never find love, or you never find something that you like to do, in my own eyes, in my opinion, that, you know, wouldn't be much of a life to me. Now again, that could be different for you, right? Some people don't want a family, some people really want a family. It's all fine. And whatever you like to do, whatever you're happy with, that is your meaning in life, right? Doing the things that make you happy. I think that is the meaning of life in my eyes, right? I think life is being true to yourself, right? Life is being truly yourself. Because I think that if you are not truly yourself, if you're not yourself and you're, you know, trying to portray someone else that you're not, I think that you could never really find your meaning in life, you know? Because you're not yourself, so you're basically living a life that's not yours, right? But you are using your time. You're using your time to live somebody else's life. And so you're using your time, instead of living your meaning, you're living the meaning of the person you're portraying. I'm sorry. I like to think about this sometimes. I guess let me know what you think the meaning of life is. I'm always interested in multiple people's opinions. But yeah, the one thing that I want to tell you is to truly be yourself, right? Try and be really yourself. You know, you'll find out, eventually you'll find out what you're here for, you know? If you're truly yourself, you'll find out what you like, and you'll find out why you are on this thing we call Earth, right? There's a lot to figure out in life, and one thing I know is you should enjoy it, right? You should enjoy the life that you have and not regret stuff, even though it's scary sometimes. I think that's the one thing that you should take from this video, is be yourself. Look for happiness, look for love, and eventually everything will be alright. I think that's basically the meaning of life in my eyes. Maybe it will change. Maybe my thought process of the meaning of life will change when I'm a little older, but maybe I'll make another video about that one when I'm older. Yeah, let me know what you think the meaning of life is though. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.